And bring our hands, thumbs into center of the palm, and then doing like an inverted fist. Facing up on your knees, sitting tall through your crown. Have your eyes opened or closed here. And we'll just take 3 breaths together to drop into here and now. Inhaling through the nose for 4, 3, 2, 1, and exhaling through the nose for 4, 2, and 1. Inhaling, filling your abdomen, your rib cage, up around your shoulder blades, and maybe even up through your crown. Exhaling through the nose, pressing everything down and out from crown to root or base of your spine. And one more round here, inhaling through the nose, 4, 3, 2, 1, and exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. And if your eyes are closed, you can gently blink them open. Placing the palms face down. And you can be in whatever cross-legged position feels good for you today. And on our inhale, pressing down on the knees, coming forward, opening the chest and looking up. Exhale, coming into a seated cat, tilting your pelvis, navel to spine, chin to chest. Maybe you feel a nice stretch through your back here. And inhaling, we draw our attention to our crown as we press our chest out and look at the ceiling. Exhale, thinking about the root coming up towards your navel or your womb center. Inhale, coming forward. Exhale, navel. Inhale, forward, thinking about our solar plexus. Exhale. Inhale forward from solar plexus, we move up to the heart center. Staying with the heart center as you exhale. Inhale from heart to throat. Exhale into cat, stay at your throat. Inhale from throat to your third eye or your brow. Exhale, cat. Inhale from your third eye to your crown, the center of the top of your head. Exhale, cat. Inhale, coming back to center. Sitting nice and tall. We're gonna think about knitting our ribs to our hip point, so your bottom rib to your hip point, so that you're not sticking your chest out and everything's collected in the midline. From here, we're gonna do 7 circles, moving from small to large. Moving on our sit bones, imagine that you're using your ribs to graze the inside of a hula hoop or a barrel. 4, 5, 6, 7, and reverse from large to small. And you can press down on your kneecaps as you come forward if you like. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And from here, we're going to gently turn to the right. So bringing your right hand behind you in line with your right hip, left hand coming over to the right knee. And we're going to pulse for 5, looking over your right shoulder, And coming back out and over the shoulder again. 3, 4, 5, and we hold for 3 breaths here. As you're sitting in this seated twist, I invite you to draw your attention to your sit bones, and is your weight evenly distributed between the 2 sit bones? Moving up your torso, drawing your navel in towards your spine, engaging your abdomen. Moving up further, shoulders relaxed, shoulder blades. Imagine them just dripping down your back, and crown lifted. Inhale, come back to center. Taking a breath. On our next inhale, we're going to move to our left. Left hand comes in line with left hip just behind you. Right hand comes over to your left knee, and we pulse for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold. Any adjustments you feel you need to make here, please go ahead and do so. Imagining that your spine is like links in a chain. While we're in this twist, be here for 1 more breath. And exhale back to center. Coming into our first forward fold for the evening. We're going to open our arms really big. On the inhale, as we exhale, we fold forward, crossing our arms in front of us, hands to opposite knees, noting which arm you have in front. Coming into your forward fold, it doesn't really matter how deep you get. I invite you to bring your focus more into maintaining deep and even breathing over straining into getting into a deeper pose. One more breath here, breathing into your lower back. Inhale, we come back up, arms open wide, opening the chest. Exhale, forward fold, opposite arm in front this time. Hinging at the hips as we fold forward. Perhaps you can engage your navel here, drawing that area of your stomach in towards your back body. Providing a little bit more space that might allow you to get into a deeper fold if that's what you're looking for. One more round of breath. On our inhale, we come all the way up, arms open wide. And releasing your hands to your knees. Moving into Janu Shirshasana. Stretching your right leg out on a 45. And you'll notice that my heel is in line with my groin or my root. You can have your heel here. You can have it further down on your inner thigh if that's more comfortable for you. And if you're finding this uncomfortable, like you're rocking back a little bit, popping yourself up onto a pillow or a block can be helpful here to allow you to maintain a tall and lengthened spine. We're going to do a couple things here. On our inhale, we come up. On our exhale, we're going to bring our hands down as we come into a forward fold here. Hands on the floor. You can be popped up onto your fingertips and just be where you can still maintain that even breath. If you want something a little more challenging, you can walk it out a little further, come down on your forearms. And if you feel that you can go deeper, please do so, if that's something that's comfortable for you. If you are on your forearms like this, I would recommend just letting your head go, relaxing your neck muscles. Wherever you are, I'll invite you to keep your right foot awake, toes pointed at the ceiling. Inhale, we walk ourselves back up to center. Exhale, we're going to bring our hand onto our right shin and reaching up with our left arm. We're going to pulse that arm, bending the elbow in an effort to open up our front bodies, opening up our chest. And at the same time, relaxing our shoulders, bringing attention to our shoulder blades. One more pulse here. You can stay here. You can bring your arms straight up to the ceiling. If you want, you can bring your right hand onto the floor and come down into a deeper fold, bringing your arm up over your head so that you're looking up under your left armpit. Dropping into your breath. 2 more breaths here. This is a great pose for opening up your side body. You may feel that opening happening through your left rib cage. You might even feel it from your hip all the way up to your left pinky finger. Maybe not. On your next exhale, turn to look down towards your knee. And on the inhale, coming back up to center. Switching legs, extending our left leg now. Once you're settled, evenly weighted on your 2 sit bones, inhale, arms above the head. Exhale, forward fold, bringing your hands to the floor, leading with your chest. Again, it doesn't matter how deep we get here. Shoulders away from the ears. Chest is open. One more round of breath here. On our inhale, walking ourselves back to center. Inhaling. Exhale, placing left hand on shin and raising your right arm. And we pulse that right arm for 5 times. Bending the elbow. Really opening up your chest. Shoulders relaxed. And 5, inhale. Exhale, deepening your bend if you wish. You can come all the way down, bringing your right arm over your head so that you look up under your armpit. If this is too deep for you today, you can simply stay up here or come halfway. Just finding that sweet spot. Try and loosen your body up after what may have been a long week. On your next exhale, looking down towards your knee. Inhale, coming back to center. And taking a breath. Bringing your left foot in to meet your right as we move into butterfly. We're gonna flutter those wings for a little bit here. For better benefit, it's great if you can do this for a full minute. While we're sitting in our fluttering butterfly, I'll invite you to sit tall in your seat. Again, you can always use a block when you're in any of these seated poses. It can be really helpful for tight hip flexors. Lifting, lengthening through your crown, allowing your shoulders to completely relax away from your ears. You can have your hands around your toes like I have here. If this is not comfortable, you can also have them right around your ankles. Just going to give you a slightly different feel. All we're doing right now is really just bringing some movement, and through that movement, some relaxation, again, through the hip flexors. And slowly coming into stillness. You can stay here in butterfly. Or for the next 3 breaths, you can bring your elbows down towards your calves. If this is available to you, you can press your calves down with your elbows. Looking not necessarily forward, but looking about 2 feet in front of you so that you maintain length and continuity in your spine all the way up to the base of your skull. Again, relaxing your shoulders, allowing your chest to be open. One more breath here. You can play with filling your belly with breath or your lower back. Next inhale, we come back to center. Exhale, extending the legs out in front. Have our legs about hip distance apart here. And we're gonna do a little energy moving here before we go into our next sequence. Just gonna shake our bodies. And, I think one of the things that we will forget about with yoga is it really isn't about how we look. It's about getting into the movement and the feelings in your body. Some of the stuff in yoga that we do can look kind of silly, and that's okay. It's actually really good to be a little silly sometimes. Not take ourselves too seriously. And coming back into stillness. Nice deep breath in. Let it all out. On our next inhale, we interlace our fingers. We push down, out, and up. Exhale, lengthen through your spine. Keep your shoulders relaxed. Inhale, placing the hands behind your head, drawing your elbows back. Exhale, bringing your elbows to your knees if possible. Inhale, releasing the hands, reaching towards your toes, lifting your heels off the floor 3 times. Exhale, forward fold to your own degree. Inhale, walk your hands back up. We'll do this 2 more times. Inhale, interlace fingers, push down, out and up. Exhale, lengthen through the spine. Inhale, hands behind the head, draw the elbows back. Exhale, elbows towards knees. Inhale, reaching for your toes, heels off the floor 3 times. Exhale, fold, reaching towards your toes. Inhale, walk it back up. Exhale. Inhale, interlace your fingers, push down, out and up. Coming all the way up over your head. Exhale. Lengthen through your spine. Inhale, hands behind your head. Drawing your elbows back, opening up your chest. Exhale, elbows to knees. Inhale, reach for toes, heels off the floor 3 times. Exhale, forward fold, and staying here for 3 breaths. Again, the depth of your stretch is not important here. Open chest, lengthen spine, deep breath. One more round of breath here. See if you can lengthen on the inhale and deepen on your exhale. Inhaling, walking back up. And we will come to our left side, coming down onto the left side of your body. Cupping your hand with the cupping your ear with the palm of your left hand. We're gonna do some fun little leg sweeps here for a while. And so keeping your foot grazing the floor, come all the way out in front, and then we come back, bringing the sole of our foot onto the mat. Just 9 more times in total. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we'll come back out and leave that leg out. I like to have my bottom leg straight as well and both of my feet active. And we're going to do a little scissor twist here. So letting your head relax onto the mat. And then we're going to bring our right arm over the head and coming directly out from your right arm. So it's right shoulder socket, looking over your right shoulder. And then just relaxing into this pose. Nice reclined twist. One more round of breath here. Inhaling, we come back to center. Going to bring our right foot in front of our left thigh. And we're going to raise our left foot and grasp it with our right hand, massaging that midpoint just below the ball of your foot. One more breath here. And actually, while you're here, I'll invite you to press your right knee back towards your left foot so that you're not collapsing that right leg forward. And release. Coming into one of our nice reclined stretches. So grasping the outside of your right foot, if that's comfortable for you. If that's a bit of a stretch, you can also grab the back of your calf. You can even come all the way down further. Whatever's feeling comfortable tonight. 2 more breaths here. Exhale, release. Bringing that foot in front. We're going to come up onto our forearm, stacking your joints. So you've got your shoulder and your elbow are in line. The palm of your left hand is down on the mat and your wrist is in line with your elbow. From here, we're going to come into grasping our left foot again and massaging that same point. And I'll invite you to see, are you caving into your left shoulder or are you pressing up out of your left elbow and your left shoulder?
What should we be doing?
Exactly what we're doing. Releasing that left leg out, we're going to stretch our right leg up again, grasping the outside of the right foot, just like we did a moment ago. Just a slightly different target of the body here in this stretch. Coming back to your breath. And exhaling, release. Now we'll come all the way up onto our palm. And we're going to come into monk points the way. So you can stay here. Bring your right arm up and over, like so. From here, you can be here. You can come up and keep that left foot down for some support if you're looking for some real energetic pose here. Keeping yourself open, your front body open. You'll notice that my front body has not changed in its direction from when I was on the floor. And breathe. And exhale, release. Switching sides. Coming all the way down onto the right side and moving into our leg sweeps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and folding out, relaxing the neck, and bringing our left arm up and over to come directly out from the left shoulder socket, looking over your left shoulder. Coming back to breath here. One more round of breath. Seeing if you can find enjoyment in your body movement tonight and in filling your body with your breath. Coming back to center. Placing your sole of your foot on the mat in front of your right leg. Grasp the dragon's tail, grasping your right foot and massaging with your thumb that midpoint of the just below the ball of your foot. Pressing your left knee back again so we're not collapsing. If you're finding this maybe a little challenging for balancing, see if engaging your core while you're in this position helps give you a little bit more stability. And release. Grasping the outside of your left foot, stretching open and up. Again, you don't have to have the outside of your foot here. You can be grasping your calf or your thigh, whatever is accessible for you so that you can still maintain some nice even breathing. One more round of breath. And release. Coming up onto your forearm, elbow in line with your shoulder, wrist in line with your elbow. Grasp the dragon's tail, massaging that midpoint just below the ball of your foot. Pressing that knee out slightly, that left knee out so that we're not collapsing. And pressing up out of your right shoulder, out of your right elbow. And release. Stretching your right leg out. We're going to grasp our left foot again, or our thigh, or our calf, whatever feels good. And breathe. Exhale, release. Coming all the way up onto your right palm. And monk points the way. Bringing that left arm up and over. You can stay here. You can come up so that you're using your right foot as a kickstand, or for some more activation, bring that right foot right off of the mat. Trying not to drop into your right shoulder. 2 more breaths here. Chest is open. And exhaling, release. Flipping into tabletop. Again, stacking our joints. So we have wrist, elbow, shoulder, knee, hip. Our knees are also hip distance apart, and our hands are shoulder distance apart. Distributing your weight evenly between all points of contact with your mat. Try not to drop into your wrists with your weight. Bringing your weight on your hands to your base knuckles and your fingertips. Inhale, we drop the chest. Looking forward. Exhale, pressing the mat away with your hands, curling your tail under, chin to chest, navel to spine. Inhale, drop your chest, looking forward. Exhale, tuck your tail, navel to spine, chin to chest, press the mat away. One more time, inhale. Exhale, tuck your tail, navel to spine, chin to chest, press the mat. Inhale, coming back to center. One round of breath here. Inhaling, lifting right arm and left leg. Two more rounds of breath. Exhale, release. Find your stance. Inhale, lifting left arm and right leg. Two more rounds of breath. Can you engage your navel center here? Can you press through your heel as you reach out through your fingertips? Exhale, release to center. On our next inhale, you can repeat that action. Alternately, you can, excuse me, lifting your right arm and your left leg. Come around to grasp your left foot, pulling up and back with your left foot. Left leg doing a lot of that bending back. Exhale, release. One round of breath here. Inhale, lifting left arm, right leg. Stay here for 3 breaths. Alternately, grasping your right foot with your left hand. Lifting up with your right leg. Engaging your abdomen. And exhale, release. Inhale, exhale, child's pose. Two more breaths here. See if you can fill your lower back with your inhale. Inhaling, coming up onto your forearms. And we're just going to rock ourselves back and forth here. One more round of breath. From here, we're going to do a variation of thread the needle. So taking your right arm and threading it through between your knee and your left elbow. Your right ear is right on the mat. And you'll see that your hips are up. And generally, your knees will be stacked directly under your hips, shoulders relaxed. This is just a more restorative version than some of the other thread the needle poses that you can do. On your next inhale, bring that arm back up so that your forearm is on the mat. Release your buttocks and we rock back and forth from side to side a little bit again. One more round of breath. Inhaling, let's bring our left hand through to the right side of our body. Hips come up, pointing towards the ceiling so that our knees are in line with our hips. Our left ear is pressed against the mat. And our left hand is stretching out past our right side body with our palm facing up towards the ceiling. And you can choose to relax your abdominal muscles here, or you can choose to keep them engaged. If you're familiar with the bandhas, you can absolutely Engage Uddiyana Bandha here. That energy lock at the sternum. One more round of breath. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, take your arms and cross them as you come down onto your forehead so that you're doing a double thread the needle here. This particular variation is slightly different from the other two in the sense that it is helpful to engage your navel center here in order to maintain better stability. You can also choose to tuck your toes here if you wish, or you can release them on the mat. Dropping into your breath. One more round. Inhale, we uncross our arms and we switch to bring the opposite arm in front as we exhale, coming back down on the forehead. Switching our arms so that we provide some balance between the left and right hemispheres of your body. On your next inhale, coming back up. Placing the palms of your hands out slightly in front of you, and we're going to move into Cobra as we exhale, pressing down. On the exhale, inhale, press up into Cobra. Staying here for a total of 3 breaths. Lifting through the crown. Exhale, release. And stretching your arms out directly in a T shape from your shoulder sockets. Looking over your left. Palms facing down. On your next inhale, raising your left leg to whatever degree is comfortable for you, while you can still maintain even breath. And exhale, release. Looking over to your right. On your inhale, lifting your right leg. You may find it helpful to press through the top of your left foot when you raise your right leg. And I'll invite you to bring some awareness into keeping your top of your foot, your right foot, facing the floor. So you're not turning your leg out or in any way. You're keeping it in neutral. And exhale, release. Coming back to look over at your left side. We will move into supported lotus. Lifting your left leg on your inhale. Bringing your right foot to meet your left leg in support. We'll be here for 3 more breaths. Can you Maintain your hips in a manner that is facing more towards your mat and not facing up towards the left. So we're not looking to stack our hips here. We're looking to keep our hips relatively square. And on your next exhale, release. Looking to right side. Inhale, we raise our right leg and bring our left foot to support our right leg. That may be on your calf, at your knee, or at your thigh. Just finding that place that feels right for you. And dropping into your breath. 2 more rounds here. And exhale, release. And one more piece while we're on our bellies. Do a little Superman. Stretching your arms out in front of you. Put forehead on the floor. Inhaling, we raise all of our limbs up, our legs and our arms. 2 more breaths here. Arms out to the side, coming straight out of your shoulder sockets, looking at the floor. Arms by your sides. 2 more breaths here. Back out to the sides. And at the front again. And release. Bringing your hands, stacking your hands one on top of the other to form a pillow for your forehead. Releasing your forehead onto your hands. And just take a couple of breaths here. It's pretty amazing how movements that seem minor and gentle can sometimes get our heart rate up a little bit. And this is a great opportunity to drop into your breath while we're in stillness. And bring that heart rate back down. And on your next inhale, in whichever way is working for you, we're just going to come over onto our backs. Stretching your legs out. Palms by our sides facing up. And moving our feet up and down. Just gonna do some more rocking and shaking here. And slowly coming back into stillness. Turning your palms so that they're face down. Bringing our feet back sort of inside the lines of the mat. And taking one breath in. Exhale, lifting your leg straight up in the air, right leg. Inhale, extend. Exhale, lift your leg up. 3 more times. Moving with your breath. Trying not to use momentum in your movement here. Last leg lift here. And relaxing the right leg, switching over to the left. On your exhale, lifting your left leg up. Inhale, release. Exhale, lift. Inhale, down. Inhaling, we come down. 2 more times. Keeping those feet awake. And our final release here. Taking a breath. On our inhale this time, we lift our right leg up. And as you exhale, you're going to bring your leg out on a 90-degree angle. We're not going to touch the floor with our right foot. I'm going to stay here for 2 more breaths. Your leg can be wherever it needs to be. And when we're here, we're going to try to keep our left hip from lifting up off of the mat. Next inhale, come back to center. Exhale, bringing that right leg over to the left. But again, not placing that foot on the floor. Just bringing it over to where it's comfortable. Maybe you're pushing into your edge of comfort here a little bit. See if you can keep your right shoulder on the mat. Next inhale, come back to center. See if you can bring your leg closer to your chest momentarily before we release it down to the floor. And just take a moment here, 1 round of breath. Notice what you notice. Maybe your right leg feels longer than your left now. Maybe not. Inhale, we lift our left leg. Exhale, that left leg comes out to the left, to wherever is comfortable for you. I like to be in that zone in this pose where I am kind of comfortable and pressing into that edge of comfort, just a little bit. Feet are awake. Right hip is pressed on the mat if possible. Inhale back to center. Exhale, bringing that left leg over to the right. Not touching the floor. Seeing if you can keep your left shoulder pinned to the mat. Inhale and come back to center. Exhale, draw that leg closer to your chest. And on your next breath, slowly release that left leg down. taking a breath. Just let everything go for a moment. Inhale. Exhale, draw the knees to the chest. Konasana. Each hand around each knee. Maybe you want to roll back and forth here a little bit. Give yourself a little back massage. Coming into stillness. Bringing our arms along the insides of our legs to grasp the outside of each foot. We come into happy baby, pressing our heels, our soles of our feet up towards the ceiling. Starting with an active happy baby. Pressing your tailbone into the mat. Try to maintain contact between your shoulders and the mat. Drawing your navel in towards your spine and pressing up with the soles of your feet towards the ceiling, while at the same time you're pulling your feet back towards the ground with your hands. Be here for 2 breaths. Simple pose with a lot of things going on. And on your next inhale, just release all that holding that you were doing in happy baby. We're going to stay in happy baby, but now we're a relaxed happy baby. Just all of that muscle tensing that we just did. We're going to let that go. We're going to roll around in our happy baby. If you like, maybe you just want to hang out in stillness. You can bend your knees completely, or you can straighten your legs, whatever you want to do. That feels nice. And slowly coming out of happy baby, we'll plant our feet on the mat, about hip distance apart. Just going to windshield wiper our legs from side to side. And coming to center, I'll invite you to bring your feet to mat distant apart. So they're at the edge of your mat on either side, and then collapsing your knees in towards each other. Allow your knees to support each other. And in this position, what we can find is a slight lower back release. You can have your hands wherever is comfortable for you. And if there's anything else that you want to do here for yourself before we move into Shavasana, please feel free. And whenever you're ready, releasing yourself down into our final pose, Shavasana. Legs are just a little wider than mat width apart. Hands are by the side, draped off your mat, palms facing up towards the ceiling. Maybe you want to wiggle your feet back and forth here. Maybe not. On your next inhale, we'll lift our right leg up, point our right toes, and flex all the muscles in our right leg. And on the exhale, release it all, allowing that leg to come to the floor. Inhale, lift left leg, point your toe, tense your muscles. Exhale, release everything down to the floor. Moving to your arms. Inhale, lift your right arm up off the floor, make a fist and tense every muscle in that arm. Exhale, release it to the floor. Inhale, lifting left arm, make a fist, tense those muscles. Exhale, release. Inhale, arch your torso off the floor. Exhale, release. Inhale, draw your shoulders up to your ears. Exhale, release. Inhale, lift your head off the floor and look at your toes. Exhale, lengthen your neck and slowly bring the back of your head to press down into the mat. On your next 2 rounds of breath, just rock your head gently back and forth from side to side. Slowly coming back to center. If there are any other adjustments that you need to make so that you can be comfortable in your own stillness, now is the time to do that. And once you have found your stillness, I invite you to bring your attention to your feet. And with your inhale, allowing your body to sink into some deeper relaxation. Moving up through your legs, through your calves and your shins. Coming up through your thighs and your hamstrings. Drawing attention to your hands, allowing our practice to settle in to your body, to your bones. Relaxation moving up through your forearms. In your next breath, moving through your biceps and your triceps. Bringing that awareness back down to your sacrum, your pelvis. And allowing that feeling to move up through your torso, through your navel center, surrounding your rib cage, moving up and over your chest and your heart center. Allow your back to fully relax into your mat, into your floor. Allow yourself to be fully supported by what you lay upon. Notice that feeling moving up through your collarbone and your shoulders, up the back of your head, coming up and over your crown to your forehead, relaxing your eye sockets and your brow, releasing your jaw. And if there is still any tension that you are holding here, please may you release it. And if you have time to hang out in Shavasana for a little while longer, please do so. It is in fact one of the most important poses that we do in our yoga practice. It allows our body to integrate everything that we've done in this practice. Or on your next breath, bring a little movement back into your fingers and your toes. Maybe you want to roll your wrists around. Do a big stretch or crunch up into a ball, whatever's feeling right. And when you're ready, come and meet in easy seat. And before you move on with the rest of your day, just take this time to appreciate your efforts to make time and space for your practice today. And thank you for joining the class. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.